How's it going, everyone? I've got another Black Ops 2 class setup for you today, and to introduce this one I've got to put on my boxing announcer voice. Ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's main event, a Black Ops 2 free-for-all class setup to help you win games as quickly and efficiently as possible. The free-for-all champion! I should really try and do the whole commentary in that voice, that'd be fun. But this free-for-all champion setup is going to obviously help you win those free-for-all games, and it's a loadout that I've done in previous series of these Call of Duty class setup videos. I remember doing it back in Black Ops and in Modern Warfare 3. I personally always used to be a big free-for-all player, but I've not really spent much time in it in Black Ops 2. So far I found it a lot slower than it was in Modern Warfare 3. Unfortunately now it seems that the go-to playstyle for free-for-all is just to find yourself your own little building or room to sit in and just wait for anyone to come through your door. But after spending some quality time with free-for-all again in Black Ops 2, I kind of got to know some of the usual spawn points and quickly learnt the directions from which the enemy players are likely to come. So if you're a free-for-all fan, or if you're looking to give free-for-all a try, then hopefully this class setup is going to help you win those games as quickly and efficiently as possible, which means that we're going to try and get to that 30 kill limit using both gun kills and score streak rewards to mow through the enemy players. So let's jump straight in and take a look at the weapons setup for this free-for-all champion loadout. Unless you're one of those players who likes to sit in a corner, we're going to need a weapon class that's going to help retain good movement and mobility. In free-for-all you'll find that most encounters come by surprise when running around a corner, so we'll want to use those submachine guns both for that full mobility and those naturally faster stats for aiming down sights and recovering from sprinting. All the SMGs also weigh in with nice fire rates, which enhances their close range deadliness. Any of the SMGs would be fine choices for a free-for-all loadout, but for this particular free-for-all champion class setup we're going to go with the MP7. Unlike those team games where you often engage like 2, 3 or even 4 bad guys at any one time, in free-for-all you often find that it's only one-on-one engagements, but the time between each of these engagements is very short. By the time you finish gunning down one bad guy, you'll have to turn around and be prepared for the next bad guy who's spawned nearby. So this means a fast reloading weapon is crucial so you don't end up being gunned down while not prepared because you're in the middle of a reload. Statistically, the MP7's got the fastest reload time out of all the SMGs at 1.7 seconds. This is much faster than all the assault rifles, and it's only just behind the reload times of the pistols. To further enhance your ability to quickly reload so you're prepared for the next enemy, we'll go with the fast mags attachment. That's going to almost half that reload time so you can quickly switch out a magazine in a split second. You can see in just this selection of clips in this video how useful that fast mags attachment was. There's many moments in these clips where I've just been able to reload in the nick of time, whereas I otherwise would have ended up dead. We'll use another point to attach another attachment to our MP7 and go with the laser sight. Like I mentioned before, most of the encounters you experience in free-for-all are like surprise encounters around a corner where you need to open fire first to secure that kill. So that laser sight is going to tighten up your hipfire spread so you can save that split second and not have to aim down sights in a close quarters engagement. Before moving on to perks, we'll spend a couple more points in this equipment section to run a lethal and tactical option of C4 and shock charge. Because free-for-all now seems to be the breeding ground for campers, a lump of C4 is going to be the best way to blow them out of their hole. C4's usually got the highest blast range out of all the explosives, and you can quickly detonate it with that press of the trigger or that double tap of the reload button. Then unlike team games where you know the enemy is going to be coming from the opposite end of the map, in free-for-all games you've got to protect yourself from all directions, so that shock charge can be used as like an early warning system. If you throw it out down one corridor, you'll know that if someone's coming in that direction you'll get that little notification and that second or two to prepare yourself for an attack. So moving on, let's take a look at some perks and score streak rewards which are going to help you become the free-for-all champion. We're going to spend an extra point and equip the perk 1 greed wildcard to run 2 tier 1 perks. First up we'll go with flak jacket. Everybody seems to love using claymores and bouncing betties in free-for-alls. Without the flak jacket perk you'll end up being blown to pieces before being able to take about 10 steps. So that flak jacket perk's crucial to help you stay alive. For the second tier 1 perk we'll go with Hardline. Because this setup's all about winning games as quickly and efficiently as possible, Hardline's going to make it easier to acquire those score streak rewards and allow you to quickly finish off the game. Then to use up the last couple of points in our pick 10 system, we'll use 2 perks which are going to enhance our gunplay abilities. Toughness is always a handy perk for any setup, but it's extremely useful for free-for-all in particular. Because most of those engagements are one-on-one, just receiving one hit from your enemy can send your shots off target and lead to your swift death. So toughness is just going to help you retain your focus and keep all your own shots on target. Then again, because all these encounters are at close range and based on reactions when you run into someone around a corner, we'll use the dexterity perk to improve our recovery from sprinting, so we can be the first one to open fire and get our shots on target, especially with the help of that laser sight and the naturally fast aiming speed and recovery from sprinting from the SMGs. It's worth mentioning that I did originally plan to use the dead silence and awareness perks in this free-for-all champion setup, but it only took me a game or two to realise that these perks are nowhere near as useful as they were in previous games. In previous Call of Duties, hearing enemy footsteps was crucial in free-for-all, but in Black Ops 2 those footstep sounds are virtually non-existent. There's been times when I was running dead silence plus awareness and I still never heard someone chasing me down for about 10 seconds trying to knife me in the back. Hopefully those footstep sounds will be patched sometime in the future, which then might change this free-for-all champion setup to use the dead silence or awareness perks instead of dexterity, but for now, as the footstep sounds are at the moment, this perk setup's definitely the best you can go for. So that's it for the main class setup. Now let's take a look at some score streak rewards which are going to help us finish off those games with a first place victory. So the whole point of this free-for-all champion setup is to win those games as quickly and efficiently as possible. So we're going to use 3 score streak rewards which are going to help us finish off those games after acquiring them through a short kill streak. The first reward we're going to go for is that AGR. As soon as you acquire this thing, it's basically game over for the rest of the players. Not only is that AGR going to roam around and get kills on your behalf, it's also probably going to bleed onto the next score streak reward, which is the stealth chopper, which combined with the AGR's kills is going to absolutely decimate the enemy players and quickly lead to that 30 kill victory. Just these 2 score streak rewards alone are probably going to be enough to finish off any game, but if you happen to go on that nice kill streak right at the start, even with that AGR and the stealth chopper you might have to get a few more kills just to get to that 30 kill limit. So that's where the 3rd score streak reward will come in. The orbital VSAT is going to help you hunt out the rest of the enemy players and either pick off the last few kills to secure the win, or put you well on your way to another AGR and stealth chopper. I did think about running UAVs for this free-for-all champion setup, but I found that UAVs aren't quite as useful as they are in team games. With it being every man for himself, you don't get the benefit of having multiple UAVs in the air from your teammates, so you're stuck with that slow refresh rate which doesn't really give you any benefit, because by the time you've seen those red dots on the radar, the enemy's probably moved location, and it can often give you that false sense of security where you're not prepared for an enemy who might not be anywhere near where that red dot said he was. So I definitely think that this lethal score streak setup is going to help you win those games. As soon as you get that nice little kill streak and acquire the AGR, it's basically game over, and it fits in perfectly to the whole theme of winning games as quickly and efficiently as possible. So give this setup a try and let me know how you get on with it. As always, if you find the loadout useful, or if you just enjoyed my video, I'd really love a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share my video with your friends. If you've just stumbled across my videos, don't forget you can subscribe for plenty more of these Black Ops 2 class setups. And if you want to know my opinion on the rest of the weapons in Black Ops 2, you can head over to my Black Ops 2 weapon guide series. If you want to see more fun and useful setups you can run in game, why not check out the link to the playlist down in the description. Otherwise, thanks for watching, I'll catch you all later.